Well, folks, it seems like the real estate market has gone cosmic. You can now buy a condo in Florida, a timeshare in Tahoe, and apparently a plot of land in heaven. Yes, you heard that right. A church in Mexico claims to be selling chunks of the pearly gates, and people are actually buying it. Imagine that, owning a piece of paradise. Get your wallets ready, sinners, because salvation just got a whole lot more expensive. Now I know what you're thinking. John, is this for real? And the answer, my friends, is as shocking as a priest at a strip club. There's a church out there actually peddling deeds to the great beyond. They say it's a surefire way to guarantee your spot with the big man himself. But is it legit, or just a load of holy hogwash? Stay tuned because we're about to dive headfirst into this celestial swindle. We'll explore how this church is marketing these divine deeds online, and whether there's any fine print you should be wary of. We'll also take a look at the history of selling religious artifacts and how it has evolved over time. Interviews with church representatives and experts will shed light on this heavenly hustle. So buckle up because this journey to the gates of heaven is just getting started. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, you won't want to miss what we uncover next. Stay with us as we dive deeper into this celestial conundrum. Heaven on sale? Let's find out together. Let's find out. So, who are these entrepreneurial evangelists hawking heavenly homesteads? Let me introduce you to the Angels Church of the End of Times. Catchy name, right? It's like something out of a Nicolas Cage movie, but with less face swapping and more eternal damnation. Information about this church is about as clear as a stained glass window after a hurricane. We don't know much about their beliefs, their history, or even who their leader is. He claims to have a direct line to God, which if true makes you wonder why he hasn't gotten a better phone plan. But hey, maybe unlimited minutes are against the Lord's budget. Here's the deal, folks. For the low price of just $100 per square meter, you too can own a slice of heavenly paradise. That's right, for the cost of a decent dinner, you can secure your spot next to the celestial swimming pool. Just imagine, basking in the eternal glow, sipping on cosmic cocktails, and chatting with Gandhi about the virtues of non-violence. Of course, there's no word on what amenities your heavenly plot comes with. Do you get a cloud jacuzzi, a complimentary halo? Can you request a specific view, like overlooking the fiery pits of hell? These are important questions, people. After all, eternity is a long time to be stuck with a subpar cloud condo. Now you might be thinking, this sounds too good to be true. And you, my friend, would be right. This whole scheme has more red flags than a communist convention. Skeptics are coming out of the woodwork faster than termites at a lumberjack party, and for good reason. Theological experts are having a field day with this one. They're pointing out that most religions preach salvation through faith and good deeds, not through real estate deals. And let's be honest, if heaven operated like a timeshare, wouldn't it be fully booked with televangelists by now? This whole thing isn't just religiously dubious, it's also legally and ethically murky. Lawyers are sharpening their legal briefs, and ethicists are clutching their pearls, trying to untangle the web of moral dilemmas. They're wondering if the church's actions constitute fraud. After all, they're selling something they can't actually prove they own. It's like me selling you the Brooklyn Bridge, except instead of a bridge, it's eternity, an abstract concept that no one can truly grasp or verify. And instead of a con artist, it's a church, an institution people trust with their deepest beliefs and hopes. And then there's the ethical quagmire. The church is preying on people's deepest fears and desires, offering them a sense of security in the afterlife, a promise that is as intangible as it is alluring. All for the price of a few Benjamins. It's like offering a thirsty man sand in the desert, except the sand is a deed to a cloud, a promise that evaporates upon closer inspection, and the thirst is existential dread, a deep-seated fear of the unknown that drives people to seek comfort in promises of eternity. In the end, it's a complex interplay of faith, law, and ethics, leaving everyone involved questioning where the line should be drawn. Section 6. Heaven for sale is trending, social media explodes. Unsurprisingly, this whole debacle has blown up online. The internet, that glorious breeding ground for cynicism and cat videos, is having a field day. Memes are spreading faster than the plague, and the #heaven for sale is trending harder than a Kardashian on a private jet. The comments range from outrage to amusement, with many people expressing their disbelief and disgust at the church's audacity. Others are finding humor in the absurdity of it all, cracking jokes about property taxes in the afterlife and celestial zoning laws. Section 7. The church stands firm, doubters be damned. Despite the widespread criticism and ridicule, the Angels' Church of the End of Times is standing its ground. They're doubling down on their claims, arguing that their critics are misguided and that their intentions are pure. They say they're just trying to help people secure their spot in the great gig in the sky. They claim the money from the sales goes to charity and expanding their reach, which, if you think about it, is a pretty convenient excuse. It's like robbing a bank and then donating half the money to an orphanage. Sure, you did some good, but you're still going to jail, buddy. Section 8. Hold your horses. Think before you buy that cloud. Look, I'm just a comedian with a microphone and a healthy dose of skepticism, but this whole thing feels like a scam wrapped in a robe and topped with a halo. And it highlights a bigger issue, the importance of critical thinking, especially when it comes to matters of faith and finance. Before you shell out your hard-earned cash for a promise of eternal bliss, take a step back and ask yourself some questions. Does it make sense? Is it too good to be true? Does it pass the sniff test? If something smells fishy, it probably is, even if it's wrapped in incense and holy water. Section 9. Conclusion. Heaven can wait, common sense can't. So, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through a tale that seems almost too bizarre to be true. The story of a church selling plots in heaven. A concept that raises more questions than it answers. Is it real? Is it a scam? These are the questions that naturally come to mind. Frankly, it doesn't really matter. What truly matters is our approach to such extraordinary claims. We must approach these claims with a healthy dose of skepticism and a hefty serving of common sense. It's essential to question and critically evaluate what we're being told, because if there's one thing I know for sure, it's that heaven is a lot more complicated than a real estate transaction. It's not something you can buy or sell. And if you really want to get in, good deeds and kindness are probably a better bet than $100 and a flimsy piece of paper. Acts of compassion and generosity are what truly matter. That's it for me tonight, folks. Remember, always keep your wits about you. Go forth and be skeptical. Question everything and don't take things at face value. And remember, if someone tries to sell you a timeshare in heaven, just tell them you're holding out for a beachfront property in hell. It's a humorous way to remind them that you're not easily fooled. Apparently, the air conditioning is divine. So stay cool, stay smart, and always use your common sense.